not not in a million years um, did I ever think that I'll be going back to school. You I have shared my story about how you know I survived. Niliishi maisha ya kusurvive, and for some reason 2025, the fall of 2025, uh, ndio most of my things, like my life started changing. Necessarily, like the other years that my life did not change. It did change, but not as I'm experiencing. So yeah, the first time nilienda shule sikuwaiweza kusoma. Like even if nilienda kusoma, it was just um, kama unaenda shule ukiwa surviving na uko hapa, you understand what I mean, and that was my case. But now I have an opportunity to go to school and become what I always wanted to become, for free, fully paid for, everything paid for. And I think if you go listen to my other stories, um, you'll hear about this miracle, how God brought this about. So, and again, I never thought that. Najua jana I was talking with one of my friends. Um, we meet like every other Wednesday, and we either go to a park or we go out to eat. But um, our conversations basically they revolve around God and life, and just it's just um, edification. And my friend, you need friends like that, what I could challenge you. That's the nature of my friendship. But there's one thing that my friend said that I think it hit home. First of all, this Wednesday, um, I was in a Bible study. So a few years ago, none of like this thing, like um, it was nowhere to be seen in my life. It's not that I was walking towards, seti nilikuwa na walk towards darkness. It's more like I was very cold spiritually. But mimi, I have lived a life where I know, I know God has chased me for a long time, and just because of heart, like I don't know, I will go to church just to go and just to show up and to check off a box, but not to really see at you uende ukiwa na intention. And that's how I lived life for the last 5 years. But again, this year something happened, and my siko najua that my friend has been praying for um, for this to happen in my life. So nilikuwa namwambia kuhusu, like, the Bible study and the church yenye nimedecide kuplug in intentionally, and I could see tears. And mimi, one thing with me, man, it's I know how to read emotions. Like, that is one thing I know. I can read a person emotion. Like, that's if you're in survival mode, like, there are some skills you'll get. And so I know when somebody is genuine, and I know when they are, you know but I could tell, like, this guy amekuwa genuine, praying that I'll be in such a place. And so he alikuwa na share about that yesterday, like how much amekuwa kiomba that will happen, na hajawahi ni force, like, it's free. It's a, there's no way anaweza ni force. So and I am not easily moved emotionally, but I could tell that you know like he was touched, and I did not realize the magnitude, yeah, his stuff. So so my biggest thing is, I think one of the things yenye I'm coming to realize is that nothing will fulfill you. I feel like there's a fulfillment yenye sikuwahi pata, I think the last few years, that I'm very familiar with, and that's the only place yenye God can anaweza fulfill in your heart. No, leave alone a brand new vehicle. Sikudanganyi. A brand new vehicle utaiendesha for 1 week, it becomes familiar. A new phone, a new relationship, a new house, a new, you see, the way we have been created for fellowship and relationship. But there's a kind of relationship, and take me on this. Kama una experience loneliness in your life, kama una experience loneliness, plug in with a church, na with a group, and tell me if you feel lonely again. I mean, you may be hit by that time to time, but it's not as if you are uko lost, you're trying to fill a void, and that's what I was doing. So that is one thing that they may realize. I don't care if it's drugs, if it's money. Nakwambia hata ukiwa na pesa, there is a void that a million cannot fill. Yes, na niko na bishte yako na hizo pesa. Yeah, like hata mwenyewe ameniambia, like there is a void yenye pesa haiwezi, it cannot fulfill, and it's a void that only God can fulfill. And so most people, they go out kutafuta vitu za kufill in that void. I have done the same, and I can tell you 100%, man, we are created for fellowship. Like there's no way we are created for this fellowship, right with God and right with your fellow brothers and sisters. So yeah, if you're feeling like that, maybe plug in.